Hey everyone, this is Nicholas Moore with Leap 360. And for those of you that don't know who we are, we're a mortgage software company that focuses on simplifying mortgage tech. Our platform allows you to integrate your CRM, your LOS, and your transaction management all into one so you can stop wasting time on workflows and start focusing more time on growing your business. Now, today I want to talk about one of the really cool functionalities within Follow Up Boss, which is one of our favorite mortgage CRMs that connects to Arrive and LendingPad. And I want to talk about the functionality for connecting to your real estate agents' databases. Now, for those of you that are looking into Follow Up Boss or that are familiar with it, you may be aware of lender seats. Now, essentially what lender seats are is it's actually a really cool, intuitive way to give you a single access login that allows you to essentially have a seat inside of your real estate agent partner's Follow Up Boss. Now, the issue with this is that in order for you to connect with multiple different Follow Up Bosses, you would need a different email and a different seat for each individual agent or agent company's Follow Up Boss. Now, the issue with that is you can't really house your data in there because, once again, you're working inside of their system. So that means any of your data will be visible to them. What Leaf 360 has done is we've solved this by allowing you to essentially have your own Follow Up Boss account that can then have a multilateral connection sync to connect with any other agent's Follow Up Boss. And if they're using a CRM that is open via API or connected to Zapier, we can also connect directly to their CRM. Each lender seat in Follow Up Boss has a cost, but with Leaf 360, you're going to save on that because now you only need one seat and you can connect to hundreds, thousands of agents as you wish. You may not have them in your real estate partners, but you get the point. So what I want to show you guys today is actually how we set that up and how we can integrate so that way you can work inside of one Follow Up Boss account and connect with multiple agents' Follow Up Bosses, just for the purpose of today's call. So right now I have two Follow Up Boss accounts open. And if you look on the top right, you'll notice this is Spider-Man. And if you look on the top right on this one, this is my headshot. So what we have is the one with my headshot, that's the loan officer's Follow Up Boss. And the one on the left over here is the real estate agent's Follow Up Boss. Now, typically, in order for any agent and lender's relationship to start, it starts with the lead. Now, typically, an agent will go ahead and call, text, or email you a referral. And what happens is that oftentimes, if we're busy and our business is actually booming, we may get lost. And those leads that they send over to us may get caught up in the storm of the different meetings and busyness that we're doing throughout our day. So it's important that anytime that a realtor refers a lead over to you, that we want to make sure that it drops right into the system. Now, for the purpose of today's video, I'm going to talk about if an agent is using Follow Up Boss, but this can be done even if they don't have Follow Up Boss. So if I'm an agent and I want to create a lead, what I would typically do is I'd go over here and, we're going to create a lead over here, and it's very simple. And we're just going to give it a fake email, YouTubelead1 at gmail.com. And then we're going to go ahead and give it a phone number. We're going to go 619 Okay, and then add an extra digit. So now I'm an agent and I've just created a brand new lead. Now, for those of you, once again, that are familiar with Follow Up Boss, you may not actually recognize this embedded app over here, but what this embedded app is, it's actually Leaf 360's embedded app that allows the agent and the loan officer to essentially connect. And once we connect, because of the fact that we connect the loan origination system to the mortgage loan officer side as well, we can pull in all sorts of milestones and transaction updates automatically, which I'll show you shortly. So if I'm an agent and I want to send a lead over to Nicholas, what I can do is I can come in here and put, hey, lead is ready to buy and wants to talk at 3 p.m. today. I can't type. Wants to talk at 3 p.m. today. So now the agent will leave their initial notes. They'll choose the loan type, and they'll even choose a loan officer. So they're going to send Nicholas over here. Now, before I click send referral, I just want to show you something. I have a smart list inside of Follow Up Boss that keeps track of any lead that comes in from the source, Miles Morales. As you can see, there's nobody in here. It's 0. But look what happens as soon as I click send referral. Once I do that, you'll notice, bam, automatically that lead pops up into the system. Now you guys are connected. I just received a notification on my Apple Watch. I just got an email, and I just got a text message letting me know that a lead was sent. We want to make sure that we over communicate when that lead referral happens. It's extremely important that you're calling any lead that you receive, ideally within 5 to 20 seconds. That is the goal. So we want to make sure we're on top of it. If you're a single loan officer, obviously it can be a bit more difficult to get back to leads right away. But if you do have a team, it's great that you have your LOA, your LP, your processor, whoever that is available to see that lead, and they can pick up the phone and call, assuming that you have your standard operating procedures in place and that it's obviously fit for them to call. So now, once again, the lead was referred over to me. And just to kind of take a quick brief dive into the file, you'll notice the lead's information popped up on the top left over here. I have the phone number, the email. On the left side under details, I can see the stage. I can see the source is Miles Morales. I can see the tags letting me know, hey, this is the agent. This is also the brokerage it came from. And there's even in the background the initial notes that were shared. Now, what is this doing? What essentially happened was, once again, when the agent sent the referral, we automatically created a sync between the two that now allows you both to essentially manage the client. And as you're updating the client on your side, it's also going to update on the agent side. Now, you can imagine if you're a mortgage broker, imagine if you have 5, 10, 20 real estate agents connected. Now you have 5, 10, or 20 different real estate agents that can send you a referral directly from their system without having to leave the CRM. And now you two are synced. Once again, this doesn't just have to work inside a follow-up boss for the agents. They can be using any system as long as we can connect to it. And guess what? It's free, meaning you do not have to pay for the connection of your agents. That's all included in our subscription. Whether you connect with 1 agent or 1,000 agents, it's all included. Now, on the right side over here on the embedded app, you'll notice a few different things. If we click on the team, which we're at, the team will actually pull in automatically when they immediately refer it. But as you're updating the loan file, whether it's an Arrive or Lending Pad, and you're adding your business partners, we will also add your team members onto here so the agent knows exactly who's working on the file. On the status page over here, right now it looks very simple. I'll show you what a complete file looks like. But essentially, the agent can see the basic purchase price. They can see the subject property, the loan status, which you actually have the ability to manually update if you're not connected to your LOS, which is always great, obviously. If you are connected to your LOS, like Arrive or Lending Pad, this will be automatically updated, hence saving you some time. The loan product, down payment, and even credit score rating will also be available once the lead obviously starts moving throughout the different milestones. Now, on the activity portion, this is where we can actually keep track of all the activity that's going on. So once again, if you're a mortgage broker, the biggest incentive to actually getting a lender seat inside of an agent's follow-up boss is the fact that they can track the calls, they can track the text messages, they can see the emails, you guys can see the communication. But now, because ideally you want to have some of those conversations internal and private, and obviously you don't want to have to log into multiple different CRMs to manage all sorts of different databases. So now you can have your own private CRM that they can still keep track of the communications that you choose to share. So for example, as you're coming in here and you're manually, let's say you log an actual call, what the system is doing is it has a crawler that is going to then update and show that, hey, a call was logged and essentially the mortgage broker spoke to the client. Now, what Leaf 360 does is we track every outbound and inbound call between you and the client on the mortgage side, meaning if you call, text, or email the client, it will show a tally over here with a status update at the bottom. And if the client calls, texts, or emails you, that will also show up. Now, this doesn't update 100% live. The system works as a crawler, so it takes a few minutes to search, but it will update very quickly to show the agent that, hey, you are communicating with the client. Now, in order for you to really effectively communicate with your agent, what I highly recommend is actually using the embedded app to send a message. This is how it works. If I want to say, hey, thanks for the referral, called and left message, no response, I can do that, and look what will happen. What's going to automatically happen is it's going to notify the agent. It's going to put a note on file letting me know that this message was sent to Miles Morales. And if I log back into the agent side, they can see this note. Now, once again, our system, let me refresh so you guys can see. It's only going to keep track of the notes that you share through the embedded app, meaning you can still have your internal notes over here, which are private for you and your team, right? Look, that note didn't get shared over. However, if the agent goes ahead and responds, great, thanks, what will happen is not only will it send that note over to your mortgage company or yourself, obviously, but it will also notify you via email, and you'll get an in-app notification letting you know that a note was shared. So right now, I'm not saying this is going to be a method to replace SMS and conversations between your realtors, but it is ideal to use when you are speaking with a client or you're contacting the client and you have important notes that you want to share with the agent and you want to make sure that they get it in their system. We want a paper trail for everything, everybody. It's not good enough to just call an agent and give them an update. And then maybe a week later, this was an important status update and you guys can't really remember where you had that. It's always important to put it in writing, which is why we want to use the embedded app to share the notes. Now, I want to show you what an example of a complete file looks like with the status bar being complete. So this is Tony Stark, and there's a lot of information on Tony Stark. You can actually see on the right side over here, we pull in all the deals from Arrive and Lending Pad, so that way you can keep track of each individual loan transaction automatically as the client is moving throughout the different milestones. And obviously, these are 6 individual deals, meaning if the client applied 6 times, they have 6 different mortgage like purchases, refis, and whatever it is. Those will all be housed here. But if you look on the right side on the status, you can actually see clearly that this is actually pulling in directly from Arrive, this account. So you'll notice the purchase price, the subject property, the loan status. You can see the loan product, the down payment, the credit score rating. You can even see the contingency dates. And remember, these are automatically pulled in from the LOS. So as long as you, the mortgage broker, you're connecting your LOS and you're obviously keeping it up to date with the proper information, that information is not only just going to pull over to the CRM, but it's also going to keep your agent updated. And what's a better way of telling your agent, hey, just look inside of your system and you'll see where our clients are at, instead of having to send them a manual spreadsheet or a Tuesday update or Friday update email that you may forget to do, or that may have inaccurate or outdated information. As long as your loan origination system is up to date, which it always should be, this will obviously be up to date as well. The only thing that the agents can manually update in here is the inspection status, because typically the agent is in charge of that, so they can actually keep track of that. And then you'll notice over here the activity. For example, you can see there was 8 calls. So just to kind of show you guys, these are obviously fake calls, right? So there's no actual call history. But if it was an actual call made through the dialer, you would see a call log essentially. But right now it's just showing 8 calls were made, 2 SMSs were sent, and then obviously you have the status update right here as well. Super cool. Obviously there was 0 inbound, 0 SMS coming back from the client. So once again, the system is very intuitive. It's very smart. It pretty much works instantly. It's very fast as far as communicating those updates. The loan status updates are instant. Once again, the second you essentially change the milestone update in Arrive or Lending Pad, it's going to automatically push it over to Follow Up Boss, where it will then update you and the agent. For those of you that, once again, are you're a mortgage broker, you're looking to connect with multiple agents that use multiple systems, they don't just have to use Follow Up Boss. I'll show you this. This is our realtor portal that allows essentially a white labeled, once we put your logo and your headshot, a white labeled free real estate CRM for any of the agents that you work with. Now, they're not going to use this to replace the CRM, but imagine if you had a live spreadsheet that was constantly being updated from your LOS and from your CRM, and that was pushing to the agents every single day pretty much. Now, the way that this live spreadsheet works, or this free realtor portal, is it essentially keeps track of all the clients that you're sharing with the agent, whether it was shared through Follow Up Boss or whether it was shared, they connected via your LOS, which I can show you how. And it will keep track of essentially the statuses as they're pulling in from the CRM and the LOS. Your CRM is going to keep track of all your lead statuses essentially, but the second the client applies, that's where the sync starts happening with the LOS. So you'll notice the agent can see all the pre-approved clients, anybody that's pending approval, and they can filter by different statuses, and they can even see all the under contract clients. If we click on Tony Stark over here, this is what the agent sees once we open it up. They can actually see the previous, milestones. They can see the previous where the client was at. They can see highlighted in green where the client's currently at, where they're headed. They can see any previous transactions that you guys have done together. We're going to offer credit score monitoring, so that way you and the agent can actually run a soft pull and essentially monitor the client's credit history, which is obviously a great tool. They can set up appointments in here, see the team that's working the file as you add your processors, your LOAs and whatnot. They can upload notes from here if they're not using a CRM, or you can upload notes directly from Follow Up Boss and it will show up here. They can upload documents in here and see what needs to be uploaded as well. Once again, they have the team functionality, and they can even create tasks to remind themselves for certain things. Over here, we have a really cool mortgage calculator that the agent can use. So they just have access to this. And if you look at the integrations page, the agent can actually connect their CRM directly. So right now, this agent is connected to Follow Up Boss, but if they're connected to any other CRM that we have available, obviously, that we will essentially be able to push those mortgage status updates, those client side updates over to the real estate agent. Once again, guys, this is a great tool to essentially keep your agents updated at all times. We can set up the emails to come out directly from your domain, so they're not seeing anything Leap 360. It's all pretty much white labeled for your branding. Once again, this is all included in our subscription. We charge $59 a month. We have a 90-day money-back guarantee. We offer a full setup, integration, and full customization and onboarding. There's no setup. There's no onboarding cost to connect your LOS to your CRM. And if you want to use our platform solely just for the Realtor Partner updates, it's a great tool to use it for. I hope you all have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. If you want to brainstorm and talk about how you can update your agents better, if you're looking to use Follow Up Boss and you want to know more about it, go ahead and watch some of the videos included on this. They're going to pop up right here. Go ahead and watch some of those videos to see how we do a full setup with Follow Up Boss. Once again, I hope you all have a wonderful day. And if you want to take the time to sign up or book a call, my information is down below. Take care.